Hill, or the Black World. Black Cloud and White Cloud met, and first man was formed. Now on the western side of the first world there appeared the Blue Cloud, and opposite appeared the Yellow Cloud. Where they came together, first woman was formed. First man stood on the eastern side of the world, representing the dawn, and was a life giver. Here he burned crystal for a fire, representing the mind's awakening. First woman stood opposite in the west, representing darkness and death, burning turquoise for a fire. And they saw each other's light in the distance, and came together. About this time there came another person, Maita a genie, and he was in the form of a male being. The three began to plan what was to come to pass, and while they were thus occupied, another being came to them. He also had the form of a man. His name was Altsehashke, meaning first angry or coyote, and he brought with him witchcraft and said to the three, "You believe that you were the first persons? You are mistaken. I was living when you were formed." In this world, being small in size, became crowded, and people quarreled and fought among themselves, and in all ways made living very unhappy. The rulers of the four seas could stand it no more, and told the beings that they must all leave this world. Some climbed and some flew until they came to an opening in the sky. They crawled through it and into the blue world.
Niho Doish, or the Blue World. Many beings lived in the Blue World. There was Blue Bird, Blue Hawk, Blue Jay, and Blue Heron, and also Big Insect, wolves, wildcats, kit foxes, and mountain lions. And the animals in the Blue World were at war with one another. There was fighting and killing. First man saw this, and he killed some of them. And Coyote also lived in the Blue World, traveling in the four directions and seeing that the beings were not happy and wanted to leave the Blue World. When First Man heard this, he tried to help them leave. He tried many things, but he could not find a way for them to leave. Finally, First Man found a black stone, and he made a wand. And he made 3 other wands, one of turquoise, one of abalone, and one of shell. And First Man carved 4 footprints on the wands. The beings climbed on the wands, and it took them through an opening in the south, and they climbed through this opening, and the people came up into the Yellow World.
Nihatzel, or the Yellow World. Bluebird was the first to come through, and discover that the world was yellow. The Yellow World was large, and many new creations were found there. Fox and Water Monster. These animals looked different from today's animals because they were spirit beings. Crossing the world was a great river from the north to south, called the Female River. Another river crossed the world from the east to west, called the Male River. The crossing of these sprawl rivers is called the Takwana Osti. This world also contained 4 sacred mountains. The beings were very happy in this world until one day when Coyote abducted Water Monster's baby. Water Monster became very angry and created a torrential downpour in revenge. Yellow World began to flood. First Man planted a female reed that grew to the sky, and the beings climbed onto the reed. And at the top they found another world, called the White World.
Nihalga, or the White World. Coyote emerged and saw the sea shimmering bright in the sun, inspiring him to name this place White World, or Glittering World. First Man and First Woman then began to rebuild the mountains in the White World from the soil they brought from Yellow World. Then the people began to make fires using their flint. And Monster Slayer began destroying the evil in this world until he came upon the last 4 monsters. They were cold, poverty, hunger, and death, and straightway he sought to destroy them. And Cold was an old woman, freezing and shivering. "You may kill me if you wish," said Cold, "but if you do, it will always be hot. There will be no snow and no water in the summer. You will do better to let me live." "If you kill me," said Hunger, "the people will lose their appetites. There will be no more pleasure in feasting and eating." "Kill me," Poverty said, "and put me out of my misery. But if you do, your old clothes will never wear out. The people will never make new ones. You will all be ragged and dirty, like me." "If you slay me," Death said, "your people will never increase. The worthless old men will not die and give up their places to the young. Let me live, and your young men will marry and have children. I am your friend, though you know it not." And Monster Slayer spared them all, and so death, hunger, poverty, and cold continue in this